Imagine this. You pick up an English book, excited to dive into a new story or learn something new. But after a few sentences, your mind starts to wander. You reread the same line 3 times. You feel frustrated, and the joy of reading slips away. Does this sound familiar? If so, you're in the right place because today we're going to unlock the secrets to truly understanding what you read, making your English journey not just effective, but incredibly enjoyable. Welcome to English Journey, where we help you grow personally while mastering English. I'm Celine, and I'm thrilled to be your guide. We release new videos every day to help English learners like you improve your English skills and transform your lives. If you're ready to boost your reading comprehension and experience the true power of English, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We've got some amazing takeaways coming up, and stick around until the end for a short quiz that will help you solidify your new knowledge. How to improve your reading comprehension, your path to English mastery. Reading is a superpower. It's a direct link to knowledge, new perspectives, and endless stories. For English learners, it's not just about understanding words, it's about understanding the heart of the language itself. The more you read, the better you become at reading. It's a bit like the rich getting richer. The better your reading skills, the faster you read, and the more you learn, leading to continuous improvement. This ability to read and the speed with which we read builds on itself. This functional literacy helps you acquire information quickly, even in your native language. Reading is a phenomenal technology that allows humans to convert symbols into meaning, a capability we didn't have for most of our history. But what happens when reading feels like an uphill battle? When every unknown word is a roadblock, slowing you down and making you lose momentum. This is a common obstacle, especially for those learning a foreign language. Let's break down how to turn those obstacles into stepping stones and make reading a powerful engine for your English growth. 1. Read, and read some more. The foundational secret. This might seem obvious, but it's the absolute truth. To become a good reader and improve your reading comprehension, you have to read a lot. There are no shortcuts. People who read a lot become good readers and more proficient in the languages they're learning. They also become better writers in their own language. Think of it like this. Your brain is incredibly adaptable. For most of human history, we didn't have reading. But our brains have developed the amazing ability to convert symbols into meaning. The more you practice this conversion, the better and faster your brain becomes at it. Have you ever noticed how quickly you recognize common words like they or and without even thinking? That's because your brain has seen them so many times, it instantly recognizes them. This process of recognition speeds up your reading. Your brain doesn't have to pause and process the meaning of every familiar word. It just recognizes that. I don't need to think. The more you read, the more words your brain recognizes, allowing you to read faster and comprehend more. This constant exposure is a massive benefit to your language skills. Even if you struggle at first, the only solution is to do more of it. You are continuously putting yourself in front of reading material. Don't worry too much about understanding every single word, especially at the beginning. If you understand % or 70% of what you're reading, you're still practicing reading and encountering the words in different contexts. The things that you don't understand now might become clear later, simply by continuing to read. As the great Brazilian educator Rubem Alves said, nothing disrupts the pleasure of reading as much as being asked questions about what we are reading. So, focus on the journey, not just the destination, and allow yourself to enjoy the process of reading. Research shows that developing the ability to read well is one of the greatest things we can do to ensure academic and professional success. Reading is a shortcut to acquiring knowledge and is tremendously powerful. 2. Build your vocabulary. The key to uninterrupted flow. Every time you encounter a word you don't know, it disturbs you and disrupts your reading flow. You lose momentum, and you might have to stop and look up the word. This slows you down and can be frustrating. Therefore, building up your vocabulary is extremely important. It's a virtuous cycle. The more you read, the more words you acquire, and the more words you acquire, the better you read. Reading is the best way to accumulate vocabulary, especially passive vocabulary, which you can eventually turn into active vocabulary. While listening also helps with vocabulary, reading is key for truly building your word power. In fact, vocabulary acquisition is often easier through reading than through listening because the written form of a word provides a powerful visual representation that helps with memory. But how many unknown words are too many? When reading in a foreign language, it's a good idea to choose material where you know at least 85% of the vocabulary. This allows for a flow state where the material is just hard enough that you don't get bored, but easy enough for you to absorb new information. If the percentage of unknown words is too high, like 25% or 30%, it becomes too difficult, slows you down, and prevents you from developing genuine fluency. LinkQ, a language learning app, suggests that a sweet spot for acquiring new words is around 15% unknown words. This allows you to learn enough new words without feeling overwhelmed. To speed up vocabulary acquisition, especially for adult learners, it's important to deal with a larger number of unknown words than what some traditional methods suggest. We are often in a hurry and don't have years to gradually increase our vocabulary. Tools like LinkQ allow you to look up words and acquire them by seeing them often enough. Even if you don't look up every unknown word, encountering them in context can still be beneficial. Remember, you need a lot of vocabulary, even low-frequency vocabulary, to enjoy free voluntary reading. If you'd like to try LinkQ, you can register for a trial account using the link in the video description below. It's a fantastic resource for any English learner. 3. Listen while you read. The power of combined input. This is a game changer. Listening combined with reading is incredibly powerful. If you can listen to something before reading it, you get a head start, you have an idea of what's there and some momentum, even for intonation. This prepares your brain and helps you read better. After you've read something, listening to it again helps reinforce the words you've encountered because the words you notice while listening will also be noticed better when reading. This dual input helps your brain connect the written code to sound and meaning. Think about it. When you hear sentences spoken by a native speaker with normal cadence, intonation, and rhythm, it's often easier to understand. The narrator's voice can impart meaning and emphasis that you might miss when just reading the text. This is particularly beneficial in languages where the structure is very different from your native language, such as German with its separated verbs or Japanese with its different sentence structures. Audio provides the momentum and sense of meaning that can be missing when you only read. Did you know that when you read, you often subvocalize? This means you're silently saying the words in your head. This is like practicing speaking without actually speaking, and it also helps with listening because you're hearing the words in your mind. This internal repetition helps you get familiarized with the words and improves your comprehension. You are essentially getting your brain to vocalize, improving both your speaking and listening skills without actively engaging in conversation. This is especially useful in countries where you might not have many opportunities to speak English. With modern technology, incorporating audio is easier than ever. Many resources offer audio for text, and even if they don't, text-to-speech tools can convert any text into audio using artificial intelligence. This allows you to hear the pronunciation of words, which is especially helpful for languages like English, where pronunciation isn't always obvious from the spelling. This combination of audio and text is a basic principle for language learning and is the way platforms like LinkU are built. 4. Vary your reading material and leverage technology, staying engaged and effective. Don't limit yourself. Variety is the spice of life, and it's also excellent for language learning. Vary the difficulty level of your reading material, mixing challenging texts with many new words and easier materials with very few. This ensures you're continuously learning without getting overwhelmed. Also, try to stay within a limited content area for a while, like a specific historical period, so that the same vocabulary repeats, which aids in acquisition. Fiction, for example, tends to have a much broader range of words and can be more difficult. Read online, read on paper, and explore different types of content. Reading online offers advantages like instant access to dictionaries, audio functions, and a vast amount of material. You can easily look up words and save phrases. However, reading paper books can also be beneficial as it reduces distractions and allows for deeper concentration. Mixing these forms of reading keeps things fresh and engages different parts of your brain. When you read a few different books on the same subject, you gain a greater knowledge of the subject matter, which naturally improves your comprehension. This gradual building of comprehension is far more effective than being constantly tested with comprehension questions, which can disrupt the pleasure of reading. Do you sometimes find your eyes jumping around when you read? This is a natural eye movement called a saccade. While useful in daily life, it can make reading lines of text difficult. A simple trick to combat this is smooth pursuit. Use your finger or a pencil to follow along the line as you read. This helps you focus, keeps your eyes on track, and allows your brain to absorb more information, especially for English learners. Utilize the features available in language learning apps. For example, LinkU offers a sentence view mode, which helps you focus on individual sentences, group words into phrases, and even unscramble sentences to deepen your understanding of language structure. This allows you to delve into the details or DNA of the language, providing ammunition for your broader listening and reading. Another advanced technique to consider, especially for intermediate to advanced learners, is skimming. This involves reading the first and last sentences of a paragraph to grasp the main idea, which can be useful for quickly reviewing large amounts of information. However, remember that skimming sacrifices some of the vocabulary repetition you get from detailed reading. You can also experiment with the speed of listening in conjunction with reading. Some people find that listening to audio at faster speeds, for example, 1.5 or 2 times normal speed, and then returning to normal speed helps improve their ability to process the language. While you might understand less at higher speeds, it can build your capacity to process the language more quickly, much like a fartlek run builds aerobic capacity for runners. 5. Develop a reading habit. Consistency is king. Knowing how to read better is one thing, but consistently doing it is another. Developing a good reading habit is crucial. Every little bit of reading counts. Don't feel pressured to read for hours. Even short bursts of reading are positive. This aligns with the atomic habits philosophy, where small, consistent habits cumulatively lead to significant benefits. What's your favorite time of day to read? Having a dedicated reading time can greatly encourage consistency. For example, many people find reading before bed to be a relaxing and effective habit. Make reading a part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth. It could be after breakfast, during your commute, or whenever you have 10 to 15 minutes. Curiosity is a great motivator for reading. Audiobooks, for instance, can trigger an interest in reading the same book in text format. While audiobooks don't replace reading, they can provide a different form of information intake and motivate you to read the text later. If you're learning about a new culture or history, reading books on those topics in English will fuel your curiosity and provide authentic, engaging material. The availability of electronic media and audiobooks doesn't necessarily discourage reading. Instead, it changes the form that reading takes. Finally, be aware of distractions. While electronic media offers many benefits, it can also lead to distractions from notifications and other apps. A big advantage of reading on paper is that you are less likely to be distracted by your phone or email. Strategies like putting your phone away or using apps that limit access for a set period can help you stay focused and concentrated while reading. Recap and takeaways, your blueprint for reading success. Let's quickly review the powerful strategies we've discussed today to improve your reading comprehension. 1. Read a lot. The more you read, the better you become at reading and the more words you acquire. 2. Increase your vocabulary. Unknown words disrupt your flow, so actively build your word bank through consistent reading. Aim for around 15% unknown words in your material for optimal learning. 3. Use audio. Listen to the material you're reading to gain momentum, improve comprehension, and reinforce vocabulary. Your brain's subvocalization helps you practice speaking and listening internally. 4. Vary your material and leverage technology. Read online and on paper, explore different topics and difficulty levels, and use tools like Smooth Pursuit and language learning app features to enhance your reading experience. 5. Develop a reading habit. Consistency is key. Establish a dedicated reading time and minimize distractions to make reading a regular, enjoyable part of your English journey. Remember, reading not only improves your vocabulary and comprehension, but also enhances your speaking, listening, and writing skills. It's all interconnected, and it's a fundamental activity for language improvement. If you found these tips helpful, please like this video and subscribe to English Journey for more empowering content every day. Quiz time. Let's see how much you remember. Answer these questions in the comments below. Question 1. According to the video, what percentage of unknown words is considered a sweet spot for acquiring new vocabulary while reading? Question 2. What is subvocalization, and how does it help with language learning? Question 3. What simple technique can you use to improve your focus and control your eye movements while reading? Don't be shy. Share your answers in the comments. We love to see your engagement. Before we wrap up, if you're serious about putting these strategies into action and transforming your reading skills, I highly recommend checking out LinkU. It's an incredible tool that combines text and audio, helps you track your known words, and makes vocabulary acquisition a breeze. You can register for a LinkU account using the link in the video description below. It's a superb platform for mastering English. Thank you so much for joining me today on English Journey. I hope this video has motivated you to embrace reading as a powerful tool for your English improvement and personal growth. Keep reading, keep learning, and keep growing. See you in the next video. Bye for now.